Evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a lovely CPI reaction, which would be pretty cool, to be fair. Let me just make sure you can see me and all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, it looks a bit better. I've got my camera on today as well. A little bit of a change. But yeah, let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you can hear me all right and if you can see me okay and all kinds of good stuff. CPI, crypto pump incoming. Potentially, if it's good information, the continuation of the rally may well continue. It's not looking much like a bull market, in my opinion. Bear with me. Let me get my normal chart up. Where are we? BTC. Let's have a little look. Are we going to go and retest that level? Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, let me know how we, just put the vote in. See what people think. 48 votes so far. Like always, leave a like on the video. Give it a share. Let's beat Martini Guy and all those plebs in the market. And no, Ellis, this is just my webcam. Just webcam vibes today. My camera is here, though. It's a bit of a beast. I mean, you can see the lens on it now. Whomp. So yeah, you can put little lenses on them. Pretty decent. So it looks better. But no. Tap Global. What the fuck is that? Afternoon all. Afternoon, Pinky. You should be at work, shouldn't you? Or are you sitting on the carsy as usual? But no, let's talk about CPI a little bit, because reaction would indicate if it is going to hit forecast, we're probably going to have a little bit of a run. But with crypto, I think there's going to be a lot of short building around this level here. I think people are going to look at shorties. Personally, I'm just waiting and seeing what happens. I'm waiting for the pullback on here. I'm seeing if we are going to pull back. I think we are at some point. We'll see if we do. But we'll see, because this is a good, this is the daily time frame. This is a nice little run. But it hasn't pulled back yet, has it? No. Which makes me wonder what's going to happen. So if we do pull back, it may be a good chance for, potential longs. If it pulls back and looks really shit and dangerous, it's probably going to create, going back down to these levels again, because people have just been destroyed. So yeah, it'll be interesting. See how things go. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe a short build exercise, maybe not. But hey ho, what do I know? But Bitcoin looks a bit compared to the altcoins. So yeah, what other questions have we got? Oh, well, there's a lot of people here. Oh, I'm glad the podcast was good. Bit rusty though. I was a bit rusty, to be fair, but it'll get better. So in terms of the poll, it's a split between 7.1 and 6.6, or lower than 6.5, give or take. I think lower than 6.5 is a monster move, by the way. If we think about it, we're going from 7.1 to 6.5. That is a huge move. We had a huge move last time. Are we going to match it again? I don't know. And another thing we've got to look at as well is the core, going from 6 to 5.7. Even if the normal CPI might get in a decent level, but this may actually miss as well. So we've got to be careful with this one as well. This one, in my opinion, is more important, but not many people talk about it. But we'll see. I told my employees I'm having lunch with Ash. Fair play. What are you eating? What are you having? Sneaky Martini buy, bought 85k worth, then gets views to buy. Damn Ponzi. What did he buy? I have no idea what. I block most of these influencers these days, to be fair. Hello Ash, welcome to the live stream. I hope you are not playing tennis as you're watching this, because you'll probably miss a few shots. Just thinking out loud there. But we have this on as normal. The dollar is where there. We won't go too early on the time frame because it's going to get a bit mental. So 10-minute time frame. Let's have a little look. See BTC pullback at the moment on the 10-minute time frame. Lovely, lovely. The Nasdaq and the S&P currently futures going up quite a bit. What have we got? What else is happening? Let's have a little look. Yeah, futures are relatively decent, chunky at the minute, so it's all anticipation, but it is good fun. Every time we do this, it's always a laugh, isn't it? Tapcoin. Never even heard of Tapcoin, to be fair. Oh, tomato soup. Absolute. It's one of those foods that is really simple but actually quite nice. Weirdly. But it is one of those things, isn't it? So 7.1 to 6.6 is currently what people think. I think that as well. I think it won't hit forecast, but I do think it will come in lower than last time. But it depends on how much, in my opinion, well, we'll see. We'll have a little look. If it's 7%, I think a lot of people will get a bit pissed off because they're hoping we'll die off. The thing with people like him, and I know I'm trying to behave myself and not be too critical of people, but an 8 million market cap coin and saying that they bought 85k of it and putting it on social media is like a typical pump and dump, realistically. It's bad vibes, man. Not good. Not good for the headspace neither. BTC, rump. Look at that last night. That is a really interesting move last night. And now look at it. Where are we going to go? Good question. Good question. But that's a bull market. I hope you're enjoying the bull market so far. It's doing really well. We're making loads of money right now. Yeah, you get the idea. 6.4% people think. Is that what it is? It's not even the time yet. Come on now. It's a bit early. Come on, don't get me too excited. This website will probably crash anyways, it always does. It is in 8 minutes time. People are trying to pull my leg here. Dickheads. Ban Ellis. Just mute him. Can I mute you? Oh, I can put you in timeout. No, I'm not going to do that. It'll be harsh. Hashtag bull market. Eagery beavers. Have a look at Tapcoin just for the shits and giggles. Which one is it? I don't even know which one it is. It's not that one. It was 8 million market cap. Guys, help. There's some right shit on there. I don't even know if I want to look at it now, to be honest with you. What do I think of the Nexo news? I have no idea what the Nexo news is. I don't look at the news, in all fairness. I ignore all FUD. Because it's funny. Top one, what? Hold on. XTP, oh, this is that one. So this is what... Right. It's put how much in this? Regulated by Gibraltar. Probably. That is so underwhelming. That is disappointing. I can't believe people are excited over that. Oh, he is pumping it. Yeah. Put 5 BTC in that. Really? I understand the logic, right? In terms of, oh, bull market vibes. You know, yeah, the market will pick up. It will get, interest that way. But it just looks like a little bit of a knockoff of Nexo, doesn't it? Yeah. Moving on. Is it time for CPI, yeah? Come on, hurry up. Check the 7-day... Oh, I can't be bothered, mate. I literally can't be arsed. I'm sick of this industry already. It's only been like 7 days of the new year or whatever it is. I've been back. But hey ho, it is what it is. Fees mean nothing between, like, you know, when we talk about fees, I don't care about fees. I genuinely don't, because they're that low versus everything else in like the brokerage market, like the stock markets and the FX market. Like, I don't care. Like, everyone's like, oh, cheaper fees, it means it's better. It doesn't really, not really, you know. I'd rather go for something that's been around a lot longer. But hey ho. Yeah, to be fair though, Swissbog's alright. I quite like Swissbog. It's a good on ramp, off ramp. That's all I use it for. It's great. Like, literally in your bank within like less than a minute. It's great. In your exchange in less than a minute. Even better. So what's happening? Right, so dollar is droppings. SMP. SMP. You know what I mean? Flying up here. The futures version, ES1. And then we've got the NASDAQ. And then Bitcoin just crabbing. If we go down to the lower time frames, we might get a bit more of an interesting kind of look now. See what is genuinely happening just before the kickoff. I think we're going to get a 6% something, but I don't know what yet. What about Sol? Yeah, too much going on still. I think with Tap, right? And we're talking about it because it's, if you've got that many followers and you're putting 5 BTC in, it is going to start getting interest. The dollar will be dropping due to the strength of probably the euro at the minute and other markets because they're recovering, especially the pound. That's all that is. Guys, do us a favour. Like this live, please, because there's quite a lot of you around. Please! I've only got 38 likes. Come on, give it a like before this money comes out. But most people think 7.1 to 6.6, so that would indicate a lower inflation rate, but maybe not hit the target. I think that target is really ambitious. We have missed them quite a lot recently as well, so we'll see how it goes. What about Nia? Nia's good. I own Nia. I've got a big bag of Nia. What more though? I want it to drop below $1. Just a little bit. Drop a little bit lower, please. Yields have just spiked up a little bit. Interesting. Dollar's dropping still. Roman Nomad up 25x and still 98% down from all-time high. But the thing is, it just looks like a knockoff Nigel. It looks like a knockoff version of Swissborg. It's not great. Any project can do that. It's dropping that much. If an influencer is going to shit it and put 25, 5 BTC in it, sorry, realistically it's going to pump, and then it might just be an absolute cash out. Just manipulation. Got to be very, very careful. Right, what's happening? It's nearly half past, and then the dollar's just dropped like a rocket. Why is that just dropping? Oof. What is happening? This could be fun. So, feel free to let me know the correct information instead of taking the piss on the chat when it does come out, because this will probably be delayed. We'll probably get a good idea of what the feature is going to do. I think we're going to have a bit of a topsy-turvy kind of day. First one of the year as well. Could be very interesting. Eat some. I'm not invested. Zill? God, no. Zill blocked me on social media for telling me that their project was a bit cack. And it kind of did become it when it went metaversy. There's no such thing as funds fully insured on a platform like that. Trust me. There isn't. It's registered by Gibraltar Exchange. That is not regulated. That's what everyone... Oh dear. That's what everyone uses. Well, fucking hell. That's what everyone uses just to try and get away from things. What the fuck was that? That was mental. Oh my god, what has happened? Is it 6.5, is it? Ooh. So it hit target, that's interesting. The hopium was right. Now we're going to get mad volatility for like 20 minutes or so. Or maybe for a few hours. I mean, BTC is going mental. The dollar is just going violent. Oh, hold on. If the core's gone up by 6.3, that's a problem. If this has gone up, I don't know if this is. Someone check if this has gone up? Because if that's gone up to 6.3, potentially, that could be bad. That's probably why it's gone a bit mental. Because this is kind of what you want to come. You want this low as well. Because this is different data. It's like, oh, it's most of the data, but not all of it. So 6.5. Yep. Lovely, lovely. Oh, give us this information. I'm going to change the YouTube channel title. Bosh. Up to date on YouTube. Happy days. Yeah, we're still waiting on this. Come on, give us that. Weekly jobless claims down 10k as well. Forgot about that. Bear with. Let's have a little look at the economic calendar. This might give us some information. Oh, it hasn't updated yet. Fuck's sake. Come on. Things are not updating. But the dollar's mooned. The S&P and obviously these will be delayed anyway, so just bear that in mind. Bitcoin's had a bit of a violent run to the downside a little bit to retest these lows. And the yields have just went boom, bang, right the way up, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. Right, so what we got 6.5. So did core come in at the same rate? Or not? Oh, core was expected. I wish this information was quicker. I just can't be asked looking elsewhere. Let's have a little look on Bloomberg. So annoying. But hey ho, is what it is. But BTC didn't like it at the first jump, but the dollar's starting to drop back down again, so that might do something in the market. So of course 6 and then 6.5. Obviously the core hasn't moved at all in terms of everything else. So that's probably why it's not been as mental if this has stayed the same, because they were expecting 5.7. Oh my god. Oh no, it actually was. You guys are shit in that chat. Jesus, come on, get your life together. So it was the exact same as what we were expecting. So oddly, why is the market, right? When you think about it, in an obvious term, why have we reacted in a very negative way at the start of this? Like especially with Bitcoin and obviously with the dollar. The dollar will always react bad because obviously the strength of everything else is gonna move around a little bit. Well, just obviously the euro and stuff like that. It's fine, but yeah, absolutely smashed it. But the yields are going up and down like a yo-yo. I don't want to be a bull market right now. I think we're gonna get squatted at some point. I think I mentioned it before, right? When we look at this kind of industry here, or like the market, when we look at BTC, like this is like a weekly time frame. It just looks like we're gonna run a bit higher than go, but it needs to break out. We need to make a new high and then a lower high, and then we can start going. Oh, actually, the tide's turned. But it's far too, especially in the crypto market, it's far too early. Far too early. Even if you look at like the S&P, like that is still the S&P. It still looks a bit not great. And obviously the inflation numbers are not still high. This could start going back up again. Like that could be the scary point. You know, like at some point this may falter. This may go to like, it may stick around at 6.5, 7% for a long time. You just don't know. Realistically, you just don't know. Could be interesting to see what happens. Does this mean that BTC is going to dump? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen now, because what's caught me off guard is the fact that we absolutely cataclysmically dumped for a second and then we pulled right the way back up. Like, even the futures market isn't really pulling away. Yeah, the dollar's reacted a lot. The yields have reacted a lot as normal. But we'll see what happens next. I think the next hour or two might be very interesting to see when the news outlets pick it up, because everyone's waking up still in America. And it's brand new news, so we'll see. But what's the futures doing? Let's have a little look. So futures has actually came down a little bit from what we actually, But yeah, it is good data. If you're thinking, right, let's get the economy back on track, it's on its way. But does this mean more pain in the markets to get it down there? What if this is an increase of quantitative tightening? What if this means like, let's try and get the unemployment rate even higher to make it even quicker? It's a dangerous game that they're playing, it really is. So it's not as easy as it looks, I don't think. Because that's another thing. Look at all the job cuts recently. There's a lot of them. There's too many of them at the minute. Too many. But hey ho, recession vibes and all that. But I don't think we've had enough of a consolidation period at these lows in terms of BTC, and not even the stock market. We're still like rumbling away a little bit. I mean, it doesn't look great at the minute, does it? When you look at this as a reaction, like usually they're a bit better. But we're only 7 minutes in. Oh, the VIX is dropping. Liquidity grab on all the... Oh, God. It's brutal to trade this market right now. In days like this, it's brutal. Bitcoin isn't... The thing is, right, Bitcoin is not... I don't think Bitcoin is correlated with this anymore. Nowhere near. Like, compared to what it used to be. If we go to like the 6-hour time frame, for example, right? If we're looking at BTC, the overall picture looks very different now versus what it was, because we've kind of sat and stayed still for such a long time versus everything else. So it's interesting to see. Is it time to buy? I don't know. Not my money. I wouldn't buy anything on a day like this, though. You just never know what's going to happen. In an hour's time, we may dump down to 17k and we may pump back up to 19k. You just don't know what's going to happen. Like on a day like this, when the news outlets are doing this, whoa, you just don't know. Genuinely don't know. Futures are starting to rise again now, slowly. Oh, get off that one. Futures is not great. It's not as bullish as I expected. If hitting forecast was the key and the pinnacle, we've under-delivered so far. You know what I mean? It's a bit of an iffy one. Very odd. Maybe it was priced in. Maybe all these pumps over the last, when we talk about forecast, 6.5, that's a bold one. Maybe priced in, Imagine if it missed. Buy when it's consolidating. Yep. Don't buy an uptrend. Well, I wouldn't say an uptrend. Don't buy the peak of a rally, because it could get very interesting. And you don't want to buy the peak. Like when we look at these time frames here, bear with me. So when we're looking at this, right, buy in here, we have flipped this level, but it's still an open candle. Like realistically, you got to wait, and that isn't a great candle neither at the minute. It's a bit iffy. So I'd just wait. Ideally, you want to retest this level and see if it actually holds, and then maybe look at buying BTC or something like that. The same with the total market cap, right? When you look at this, like, yeah, we've broken up, but that's it. Like, it could be a deviation. It could fly right back down again. It's like, these are monster hidden divergences, by the way. They're not great. They're not fun at all to look at. So we've got to be, careful of how high that overbought situation is on the RSI versus where the candles actually are. And even if you're pulling it from this area, it's still a divergence. It's still way higher. So you got to be careful. Very careful, I would say, in the markets right now. Because, as I say, right, no one wants to buy the top of resistance. Like, that could be resistance and it could just go boom. You just don't know. Tomorrow something could happen, then it could be like, oh, shit, I wish I waited. I wish I waited for that candle closure. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on a minute. That's died. Okay. What's just happened? Bear with me. Futures are just nosedive massively. Interesting. There you go. So there's the random reaction of let's just dump everything. And BTC is dropping again. Interesting. It's an odd one. Very, very odd, because this market is, it feels like it's been priced in properly priced in over the last, what, 2 or 3 days since the forecast came out. And now we're just like, oh, I'm not interested now. It's going to melt. Very interesting. What questions have we got? Still big on Glimmer? Yes. Guys, top tip. If you want to know what I buy and hold and what I do, join Patreon. Trust me, I literally document all the shit I do. It's all in there. Check it out. It's literally all there. So if you think I'm ignoring your question, it's because I am. Literally. I'm a little confused. Surely if it's much lower, everything should be pumping. Yeah, it's an odd one. I think it was properly priced in. It may have been one of those little sneaky leaks as well, which was like, oh, I think it's going to be good news. But I think it's all manipulated data anyway, so you've got to be careful on it. But this is quite a big drop to the downside. Oh, it's going to be interesting. I think today's going to be very interesting to see what it does. Because it's not reacting as I think most people were expecting. This is definitely odd. Because we've had times where we've missed forecast and it's done an absolute chad pump. We've also had times where it's hit forecast and it's dumped. And this is just like undecided. It's like, what's it going to do? Feels like a bit of a battle. Very, very odd battle. But we'll see. And also, smash the like button. Why not? I'm not going to do a song, don't worry. Not like some of the influencers out there. But yeah, interesting. This has caught me off guard a little bit because I was expecting 6.5. We're going to go to the moon a little bit and we're going to retest 19k, test the levels of big interest of where we've been, 618 levels of BTC, and see how we react. But we've done the polar opposite. Very, very odd. Should we go down to the 1 minute time frame and see what's happening? Feels like there's a monstery battle here between the bulls and the bears. Seeing what's going to happen. I would personally like a retracement first. I would like BTC to drop, or the total market cap, this to retrace. If I'm going to get excited about something, I want this to retrace and potentially go long and like reclaim some of these levels up here. Like maybe go towards that 1 trillion level. But right now in crypto, I'm like, nothing's happening. It's like, it's just pumping on lowish volume and it's not retraced. So it's kind of one of those, like, yeah, if you're a bit of a degen, you ape into it, but it's very risky. Mentioning it on Twitter, you should have bought like 2 weeks ago. Like I bought some Ethereum down here. I was like, yay! And now look at it, it's great. But I'm still not that excited yet. Nowhere near yet. What's your top altcoin? Polkadot. Everyone knows that. That's common knowledge. Has war escalated or something? Didn't expect the dumping. No idea. Apparently it's Christmas at Russia time, isn't it? Whatever they celebrate these days. But no, it's interesting. But it has came down quite drastically. This has came down pretty quick. But the question is, are we going to hit a wall? Is it going to be like fat loss where you get to a certain point and it doesn't move? So we might get a point where it might stay at like between 6 and 7 for a while. You just don't know. You just don't know. But no, it's interesting. Very, very interesting right now. But I was expecting, don't know. Oh, this would have been a bit different as well. Very odd. It's more the fact that not the fact that it's hit target. It's more the fact that the markets just went there. Here we go. What we're going to do now. I mean, is that going to just go back to where it was? It's a very odd market. Bulls gobble up the sells. Bulls are strong right now, but it depends on how much that momentum. They could be walking into a massive trap. You just don't know. Like the bears have just been probably just camping somewhere, just ready to ambush them. Usually happens. The way I look at the market, though, like when I look at crypto, this is a bit of a don't know if people think the same as me. I think there's a lot of bullish content being absorbed and been really lapped up at the minute. I think a lot of people are still here. I think, well, I can see the numbers here on this live. It's pretty high. Like, I was expecting a lot less people. There's over 300 people here. Welcome, by the way, if you're new around here. Yeah, you know what to do. There's a lot of bullish nature. There's a lot of people. I don't think we've had enough of the pain element yet to go and say, right, that's it, if that makes sense. If this is it, fair enough, it's happened. But to me, it doesn't feel as brutal as the last bear market. It doesn't feel as hurtful. It doesn't feel as harsh. But it may be just a different market. This time it's different potentially, right? But the way I look at it, buy the lows every single time. Try and buy support levels. If you buy in support levels, you'll probably be all right. But yeah, there may be a lot of pain here if this goes rum. There might be a lot of pain as well here if you're not buying the lows from the previous levels. And you might be just watching it just float away. So it's one of those. What's your ideal entry for DOT? Anything below $5 is pretty good. I'd probably even say even $6. You got to think of the bigger picture. Hindsight's a beautiful thing. You don't want to blow all your money in one entry, but you want to kind of be thoughtful of the future. Because, as I say, right, if this is the bottom, are you really missing out if you don't hit this level? No. If you've been buying these support levels, are you missing out? No, because if the market goes rump, you win. Right? It's probability. That's all it is. It's a game of probability. The thing is, right, people get very, very scared in the bear market and they don't want to buy. And when it gets to a certain point, you need to start buying. And I've been buying since basically October, November, December, even now I've been buying. I've been buying all these levels thinking, you know what? Sub $1 trillion, I'm buying stuff. And then, yeah, I was like, sweet. And the optimum entry for me would be like this sort of area. I think this is unlikely, but it's a big pinpointed area. It's like, oh, maybe if something really bad happens or if a lot of projects die, it might happen. But it's a long way to drop. But that's a very unlikely level. I personally think this is more likely. That sort of 600 billion level is a big area of interest. But next leg down, where do we go? Probably here. So it's all a what if. But if you got the dry powder, use it. Should I take profit on altcoins? It depends when your entry was. Depends how much. For me, it isn't enough for a rally for me. This is like, it's too little. I want it to go up here. If it goes to 1 trillion, I'll be taking money off the table easily from the buys that I've been doing over the last few weeks, few months. Easily. Because all this area here that I've been soaking up some orders and it goes up here, I'll be like, yeah, please, thank you. I'll have some of that, thank you. But it is what it is. Everyone's screaming rocket. Yeah, it's when anything goes mainstream. Mention it on the podcast for learning crypto. When everything goes on the TV and mainstream, it's probably too late. It's probably already happened. So, yeah, seems like we've recovered a little bit, but that was a very, very odd little thing that happened. It's interesting to see it do the total polar opposite of what you're ever expecting. That could be a monster liquidity grab, That's someone's got destroyed on that move. Someone surely somewhere has flipped the switch. Could be really fun. BTC bounce for the 8 EMA. Wouldn't surprise me. Selling. This is not going to end well. Is it too late to buy Cardano? I don't know. In all fairness, Cardano for me, like if that goes up to like $3 again, you got a 10x. Like 33 cents isn't I think I bought some at 30 cents, and I bought some at 27 cents or something. I can't remember. Like I wanted more down. 18 cents. I think I got an order as well. But yeah, I don't know. Any suggestion? Any I'll speak. AI coin to accumulate? No, not a clue. Maybe fetch, potentially. Don't know. There's a list on Crypto Slate with all the AI coins. There's like 58 of them. You got a decent choice, but I'd be careful with AI coins until things get really kind of, I just wait. It might just be a proper little hype bubble at the minute because of ChatGPT, which is fantastic, by the way. If you've never used it, check it out. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. Anyways, I'm going to shoot off because it's over. It's done. I mean, unless this market really does something daft, which it might do actually, because it's starting to come back down again. Interesting. Because it has recovered and it's come back down again. It'd be interesting to see because this has formed a little bit of a lower high at the moment. If this candle closes, it may well go for another little dip down here. We'll see how it goes. But now, we'll see how things go. Could be interesting. Link, I've got no take on Link. I don't like it personally. I think it's one of the most obvious coins that doesn't need a token. For the obvious reason that it's just API, it's centralized, not required. Anyways, have fun, everyone. I will be back. When will I be back? Don't even know. Tuesday on the channel. Have fun.